welcome back to the Intel Esports Arena here for the fourth map of the night on the V-Streamer Pro League here. It is, of course, going to be the second map between Astralis and Heroic. We're moving to Mirage, aren't we, Snods?
We are. I hope so, yeah.
I mean, who knows? It's actually trained. Woo.
Hey, no. Mirage for the fourth map of the day, as you said, the second match in this best of two between the two Danish teams, and so far, it's definitely delivered.
Yeah, for sure. Heroic getting the upset victory, if you want to call it that, against Astralis. I'm sure most people would put that in line, even with Heroic being a good nuke team, and Astralis kind of taking a bit of a break from it recently. But hey, they looked improved on their T side, struggled a lot in that second half, but there's plenty more options and plenty more opportunities for Astralis to at least play that map against teams that maybe aren't as well prepared. Either way, Mirage, where do you see this going?
I think Astralis take this one. Actually, the last time I saw Mirage being played by Heroic was at the IEM Katowice qualifiers. What was that, week, 2 weeks ago, if that? And yeah, it was actually the same Danish derby, and it was MSL. It was North versus Heroic, and on the T side from North, every single round pretty much, I'd say a good 80% of rounds, they went for a connector split A. Take mid control and run up connector, because Yuki's rotations on the CT side, some AWPers, you look at your Fallens, they go to jungle and they'll go to connector. You look at your Guardians, they'll do both, jungle, connector, but also go all the way around CT to ticket booth. The problem was, though, for Yuki, he did the ticket booth through every single round, which meant that all MSL had to do was smoke window from spawn, run out mid, run up connector, and there was no one there.
So what are the win conditions now for Heroic to be able to get this victory versus Astralis, if that's even possible in your eyes?
Just to prelude it, obviously the pistols, a massive X factor in these matchups, and the best of one essentially is the final map. But apart from the pistols in the buy rounds, I think Yugi's mid control has to be improved from when I last saw it. So I want to see, not just frags, but presence. I want to see Astralis scared to peek connector, scared to take connector, scared to go up short. I want to see good mid control, good counter mid control from Astralis. So for me, it all comes down to the CT side of Heroic.
Interesting enough. And on T side, amount of rounds expected. What do you? You're not leading the way of Heroic. You think?
I think it's CT rounds. I think it's CT rounds. I would say Heroic need on their CT side maybe 8 or 9 minimum.
Okay. So what's the score prediction?
16-9 Astralis win.
16-9. Okay. Let's see
what yourself. Hey, what about you?
I'm trying to skip that. I'll go with a bit of confidence for Heroic. I'll go 16-12. I think they can put up some rounds. It depends on where they start, though. I do agree. But
of course,
whatever. I'll go 16-12. Let's have a look at the Betway odds to at least see what they're thinking over there. So still sticking with Astralis, still the same as earlier.
I said before as well, great value for Astralis.
Yeah, how did that go?
They lost. I mean, it was good.
Tweet all your anger and hate to @Snubsy.
As long as you follow me. But of course, right, in terms of value that you're going to get in that sort of matchup, I mean, this is a top 5 team in the world versus a team that's ranked 13th or 12th.
Yeah.
To get a 1.4 or 1.5 return on your bet, that's brilliant, obviously. But the problem was the map pick. We said before in the prelude before the game started how good Nuke is for Heroic. So on Mirage, I don't really feel like the battleground is favoured for Heroic. I think it's more even Stevens, and because of that, you're going to be going with a better team that is Astralis.
Just quickly, I'd like to touch on that, because you say top 5 team in the world. Would you still class Astralis as a top 5 team in the world, coming off the back of the major?
A lot of words are said on these broadcasts, mates. But gosh, SK FaZe,
yeah. Cloud9, sure, in the top 5. You've got to put them in there now. Where are you going with this one?
Gosh, I want to go on my phone and go on HTV. I want to go on HTV, but obviously we can't do that. But I would still say so, yeah. I mean, I can't sit here and
I guess we'll find out. We've got 2 top tier events coming up in the next 2 weeks, and that'll be a perfect decipher on who is where.
Start out next week, and obviously Katowice. So yeah, that's brilliant. Actually, it's really good because you have all these online games. We start to see Nuke being played out, a little bit of a feeling out process. They're testing the waters to see if actually, okay, do we like this map? Do we not like this map? Does this smoke work? Does this not work? And, Device, Astralis as well have decided maybe Nuke might be, left out of the cards.
Yeah, that's a surprising thing, because one of the things that Heroic did very well at last Katowice to get to those semi-finals through top place in the group was playing Nuke, right? So now they're looking good on Nuke. Nuke's different. Teams are starting to touch it, so they're not completely opposed to playing it, but they're still not good at it, and Heroic actually are. This could be a really good Katowice for Nuke, but let's see if this will be a good Mirage for Nuke, because we're straight for Heroic. So let's see if how Heroic do here on the second map. Stumbling over my words, but Astralis on the CT side here, they are going to be going for the full armor buy.
Snappy can smoke window here from outside B, so if they smoke window, they can go for a fast connector split up towards A, but Device spots it.
Yeah, falling back to the connector already. Bomb up in the apartment, or at least the palace, sorry. Device falling back, so they actually give up A. Retake setup here for Astralis. It may be good, but Device has already caught that split from Yugi. Trying to get inside of the window room will not work. So now Astralis with the man advantage makes this retake situation a whole lot more favourable, but not a kill's come through for Heroic. Luckily, Device, again, doubles down. Second kill of the round. Rubino's all that remains, and Device has found 3. Great pistol round from him, and Astralis already off to a great start.
Yeah, you can see the thought process there from Heroic, trying to go towards B, have 2 players underpass, 2 players towards Palace. You smoke towards either window, so you can get up freely towards Connector, or you can smoke towards towards jungle, and therefore there's no presence towards triple box, there's no presence towards CT, towards default. You can flash through the smoke and jump out and swarm the CTs, but obviously, what can you do when Device lands those sort of shots?
Not too much is the answer. Heroic heavy with the Deagles, looking for some opening kills, versus SMGs, that of which Astralis running 3 of. Heroic certainly have an opportunity here, assuming they keep their distance, but that's when the M4s come into play. Good bit of utility for Astralis as well. Used early on mostly, so they're actually out of smoke. So only a couple of flashes and an HE grenade left. But at least they actually went for the kit, something a lot of teams do kind of neglect in these second rounds. Dupree, there's one. Traded by Nico at the very least, but Device will at least swing it back in his favour. It's getting a bit dicey across all parts of the map, but Astralis is still in control for the time being. With the bomb being picked up and taken through mid, what do Heroic even do here?
Going towards mid is a good start at least. Nico, back turn to Device, easy clinical frag found, but a nice headshot there from Snappy, but not before Device puts him down to 2 HP. Very easy frag found by Zipnix. So going into round number 3, bomb not being planted in the pistol, which means it should be the Eco coming up from Heroic. It's not as if, you know, there was one player surviving for Astralis. You know their money is so poor, so weak, and, you know, the potential there for the reset. Instead, just going to play that smart, play that casually, 0-2 down. Going to go for the Eco, but this is the round again with these SMGs. It was fairly sloppy from Astralis. They lost 3 players. Now they can make it back. They have the MP9 for Glaive, 4 M4s as well, defuse kits, Molotovs, you name it. But they need to have 4 or 5 stay alive and start to build up their cash.
Look at Glaive, though. I think we're going to see a highlight reel. MP9 versus Glock armorless. Flash through. Will he avoid it? Yes, this is perfect. They're going to run right into the blender. Glaive with 3 kills. Device actually steals 1 away. Glaive gets 4 at the end of the day, but not the ace.
Yeah, more importantly as well, 4 frags with the SMG, but plus
8k on him.
Yeah, 5 players staying alive, so the AWP can be bought for Device. Glaive as well can be traded out the M4 from Devi. So, 4 M4s and 1 AWP coming up from Astralis. And conversely for Heroic, they are lacking the AWP for Yugi. And obviously we saw how important, how much of an X factor that was on Nuke, having Yugi basically firing off on all cylinders. Glaive doing the short jump, unable to connect the shots through the smoke. He sees 1 player though. Modi goes for the 1 versus 1 towards B.
Oh, Modi's going to lose it as well. Glaive catches him off, so from the short position, where Astralis now hold 2 members and a third rotating in through the market. He's already in the site. Astralis very convinced this is going to be a replay, so a lot of information going their way, but it's a bit of a guess because they haven't got any aggro play towards any other part of the map. Maybe just assuming that Heroic have presence in the apps, and it will be a good assumption because Device catches Yugi off guard. A 5-on-3 now taken, and while damage has been done, it's done on both ends of the spectrum. Snappy, Glaive, and Device low. As Device rotates off of B now, so we have 2 players left up there. Device holding a passive boost. So if Heroic try and split through the jungle, Device is ready and waiting. It's just whether they expect the angle or not, with window being given away so easily.
Device has already found the advantage into this round, so was holding for the window boost, and actually as he rotates away, Nico manages to get in. Rubina as well creeping up through connector. 40 seconds left, and they have 2 players in towards jungle. 1 player towards B short as well, so it's not as if they can go back towards CT towards the B bomb site. This is so awkward because they have no one from Palace, no one from Ramp. They only have a one avenue of attack here through the bench and towards triple.
And there's no way you expect Dupree in this position, right? Heroic are really screwed here unless they find a couple of quick kills. Device is dead. That's an important one, but Dupree's still here. And that's a real issue because 15 seconds left up. He drops a bomb. He goes for a spray, but Nico's going to stop him. Magis responds with a damaging kill from behind, and now with the bomb too far away, that's the round over. So unfortunate for Heroic, all down to Dupree's positioning there. Very well played from Astralis. They give the controller window and jungle away, but they don't give the site.
There you have it, 4-0 now for Astralis. They claim the victory in the pistol. They carry that forward on to the first buy round. To try and break down as well why Modi went there, you might think, what on earth is Modi doing? He's running towards the apartments. Think of it like this, right? In terms of the CT defense, you have Zipnix alone towards B because Glaive was pushed towards short. So in Modi's eyes, he thinks, oh, there's only one player B. If I find the frag towards B, then smoke off short, the B bomb site's mine, and the round could be ours.
Oh no, Device, AWP in middle, does miss the second shot, and the third, unfortunately, but he's already found one kill, and his team are there for support. So it's not too much of an issue so far for Astralis to read the mid of Heroic. In fact, there'll be no kills for the T side, so pretty clean anti-eco for Astralis, no deaths, hold on to most of their utility as well. Heroic will be coming back in with the buy, and while Snappy's limited due to the save in the previous round, it's looking good otherwise. No AWP, despite having cash, 6,500 on Nico before that buy. Yeah,
there has to be reasoning behind that. Do they try and go for an execution right now? This is the thing. So you have... Yeah, okay. That's the thing. You have to think about why they're not investing to the AWP if they have the cash for it. There has to be a thought process behind taking Yugi off the AWP and putting him onto the rifle. It will be mid-control coming out from Heroic. They can go back now. Are they going to go chew underpass?
Oh, yeah, I like this. Snappy, no utility. Send him underpass. Try and split the connector. If he dies, it's not the end of the world.
Where is that smoke lined up for? I can't remember which player it was, but I think it's towards jungle. This might be a connector split. If they smoke off jungle and leave stairs exposed.
I think it's, yeah, it's in front of connector. You're right, actually. That's perfect, because Glaive now completely covered off on this position. Magis and CT Spawn can't get anything done unless he jumps the ticket. Pressure really on Dupree again, but they run through the connector. Oh, big mistake to make. Glaive was there, ready and wait. As Dupree is underneath the balcony as well, he can peek out with a flashbang. Already Rabino's burning alive. Crispy and Cookie. Magis follows up. Nico is going to respond with only a singular kill, and frankly, that is not enough. 2 may do it, though. Can he get the third? No, Dupree's there. So Astralis secure the round, 6 on the board. But Heroic, I don't know, a bit weird. Why don't they do that smoke?
Yeah, as soon as Glaive deploys that smoke towards connector, you have to either wait out the smoke or simply cancel the strat and go back towards middle. You already had mid control. You can go back towards B, take B apps control, maybe go back towards the A side eventually, but maybe because they already used 4 smokes, they were worried about having no utility. The issue is pushing through that connector smoke just after Glaive deploys it as well. It's just suicide. And think of it like this as well, Hugo. Why have Heroic called that strat? There's 2 reasons why. One, they're running out of options as to why they need to call that strat, because the reason you do the execute is because you want to isolate one player towards default, right? When you know that Glaive is pushing out towards mid, pushing out towards connector, if you smoke off stairs, connector, and CT, and you leave just the one solo anchor player alone towards the site, you isolate him, you get that frag, 5 versus 4, the site's yours. Yeah. It makes sense, but Glaive hasn't really shown too much connector control. That's the thing that's surprising to me, so why have they called that? It might just be desperation plays, they're running out of ideas.
Seems to be the case. You did say on the T side they may struggle here, and that seems to be exactly what's going on. Nico will open up, but it's quickly traded back by Dupree, who will just fall off the angle. So 4v4, not the best for Astralis, but they're still well equipped for this. Oh, Device, got to be careful. No scope will be fine. Modi dead. And Astralis back in the driving seat. 2 players low, and those are the only 2 players up as Dupree finds Rabino in middle. So yeah, this round seems to be over for Heroic. Maybe so they can get some damage. Yugi's found one, but Device has been shot down from the connector. So 7-0 for Astralis. When does this stop, Snoz? When do Heroic get back on the board?
You would hope this round. Let's see. Yugi, contemplating the buy on the AWP, has the $6,100, so we'll invest into it. Does he have a good spawn, though? If we could see Yugi. I think he has a good spawn for Palace or Ramp. Let's have a think. So, we know Device likes to play towards Connector. You can maybe go for a fast Palace pick and try and find Device when he rotates from window to Connector. But he isn't going towards Palace. He's instead waiting towards mid. Dupree playing close, and here it comes.
Oh, they're all holding here. This is dangerous for Dupree. He might get caught off position, but the nade goes in, and he somehow gets out of there with no damage inflicted. That's incredibly impressive. And a massive blunder from Heroic to let that kill go astray. They set up exactly for this push, but there's no way Astralis re-aggress back in mid, is there? Magic's there.
They actually have a really good setup right now. You have Dupree towards short, Device with the opponent towards top mid. As soon as he shoots, they're not going to be expecting Magic's boy to be close towards the top of mid. This is a great setup. He's counter flash as well.
Of course, underpass covered by Dupree, as you say, so Astralis have everything covered. There's actually 2 players now the connector, so Heroic are going to get completely torn apart here on middle. Device, there's one. Yugi does whip out the AWP, but his teammates are falling like flies. Snappy and Nico dead. And Astralis with that, they'll just fall off. They don't need to fight.
55 seconds left on the clock here. Device as well. With another frag towards mid. Over the smoke finds Yugi. 2 versus 4. Dupree is low HP. But an opening now from Modi towards that B bomb, so the bomb has been spotted. Actually going to be coming back round and maybe get second thoughts, especially now as Dupree Spots Rabina running up towards connector. Oh, this is so difficult now if you're Astralis. It's a game of chess.
Yeah, Device is caught. He's given away his position, has to fall off the angle. They don't know where the bomb's going either. Dupree is going to need to win this duel, but Modi, he's already found himself out of the sight. Did Dupree see him? Because Modi certainly did. Modi has the information, but Dupree doesn't, so he's going down. Bomb down. His last player middle as well, so they have a short plant coming in. Rabino's actually going to wrap the apartment.
Towards the apartment, so...
I mean, the bombs are planted for you. You can actually defuse the bomb in that spot that Modi planted without the player in app seeing. There's no way you can see it from app, so... I mean, it's doable here for Device. He could take the one-on-one onto the site. He just needs to find out exactly where Modi plays, but he doesn't know he's close. Deep Molly. Modi not going to peek with it. He's so close to finding this frag. Actually, a bit of damage. Orb shot connects through the wall as he switches out to the AK-47. Needs to wrap the corner quickly because Modi's so low. 1v1 possibility here for Device, but yeah, he's running out of time. I don't think this one's doable. No, Modi's found him. It's a heroic first round on the board, but what a messy one it is.
1 to 7. Back and forth. Map control towards the top of middle as well. I mean, we saw from Astralis a great setup. Device obviously finds the first frag. It baits in Magic's Boy. Magic's Boy plays counter flash. He can then swivel round. He's not blind and actually unable to find the frag towards mid. Device goes for a second and connected it. It was the 4 versus 2, but as we said before, a game of chess as to where exactly was that bomb going to be committed to. Modifies the frag from the push towards the apartments on Zipnix, and suddenly it was also chaotic as everything went into disarray towards B, but this time it seems like Heroic may be concluding towards the same bomb site. You have 2 players towards A stationed at ramp and palace, 3 towards top mid as well as the smokes come out towards window, the Molotov as well, eventually going to go towards connector, you would imagine, as Glaive has his smoke eventually fading away. Yugi with the confidence peak as well towards top of connector. We've already seen him lose that duel twice against Device. But it all comes down to Dupree, obviously, such a strong performance of last Pro Series on this map as well. Can he relive those memories?
Can Glaive relive this connector play? Because 2 of them pushing through the smoke. We've seen this before. Finally, it works. Yugi, well-timed peek, shows his head and takes Dupree down. So now Heroic have actually found themselves 2 picks. Could have gone the complete opposite way with the push into the connector, but now it's down to the one player at the back of the box is Magisk. They've lost a round from this position before, but Magic's not going to peek with the bomb plant, so they don't know he's here just yet. The issue is, Astralis just don't have the manpower for this, surely.
What if they bait as if they're going for a save? I wonder if Magic's Boy could try and go for an ninja defuse, but instead it feels like they're actually going to go for this one. We'll spot one player towards bench.
Yeah, he's taken down at the very least, but now his position's given away. Molly to the palace, and he's got cover as well. He's got his teammate up on the ticket booth. He's going to push up ramp. There's Rabino dead. No way they win a 3-on-5 retake. Zipnix going to get caught as Snappy hears the footsteps, just one step ahead, and Device going to try and take him down. It's surely successful. Not. Oh my god, Device. Both frags and the kit picked up, but there's no time. He's got to give it away to Heroic, but you've got to give that to Astralis. 3v5, and they almost make it work.
No players surviving for Heroic. And their money resembles it. Once they go for the reimbursement in Kevlar, utility, and they buy up their AKs as well, you can see the cash right now for Heroic. The reset could be on the horizon now as Astralis go for the counterforce as well. Device saving the AWP, of course, can drop over as well. I think he dropped over 2 M4s. He just used $7,000, so yeah, he's invested into 2 M4s for Zipnix and Magic's Boy. Astralis have a goodbye.
Will Device be saying goodbye mid though? Yes, he will, to Snappy. He actually smokes off the molly, so Snappy expects connected to be clear, but it's actually not. Glaive just ruined as he gets pushed off of the stairs. Rabino, great shot there. Will Yugi follow up? Yes, of course. Heroic have run over the bomb site, and they've done it very well. Astralis have cordoned down. Zipnik's not. There's no smoke down for the jungle, so he actually goes for the face. And it succeeds, but still he has a 2v3. Wrapping CT spawn, Dupree coming in through the connector. Zipnik's removed in the spawn as well, and Dupree just trying to hold the cross, but with a UFP, that's just not going to happen. Nico 2 kills, and Heroic 3 rounds, starting to show life on this T side.
Life indeed, but they still face a 4-round deficit. It's not quite pure success as of yet. 16 frags and 4 deaths so far for Device, and a Mirage definitely laying down the law in terms of finding the first frag towards mid, wreaking havoc and having so much presence across the map. It's so hard for Heroic right now to go across the map, you know, towards B apartments. You've seen Device find a first frag there, towards ramp, towards mid, even on the pistol round as well, going towards underpass and spawning out Heroic. So smoke coming out towards short as well. I like that. Nice easy setup there. Why is he doing that? I'm trying to
bait. I'm trying to, yeah, who's he baiting for? Device to peek window with the deagle, make them focus on the ladder room, and then Yeah. No, okay, so he's just made them think about ladder, and now he's dropped into the window, but they hear the drop, and Nico turns, swivels for the headshot. Will they expect one more, though? Because they know that should be the ladder in player. Device should be the window player, and they know it. They take him down. Not an issue. Good round for Heroic. Good anti-eco. 4 kept alive, so money's not too bad. And a pause, maybe Astralis?
Potentially, because right now for Heroic, they have cash built up. Their money was scarce, but they won versus Astralis' force buy. They then have the clean round as well in the last one just prior. So Heroic have cash, which means they can go for executions. They can play the slow round default. They have a plethora of utility as well to utilize to gain themselves an advantage into this round. But for Astralis, what do you change, right? It's been the middle portions of these rounds that have been so, you know, messy is, for a lack of a better term. I mean, messy in the terms of Zimix dying, rallying towards B, Muddy winning that 1 versus 1, or Nika lurking out towards ramp, finding frags, entries towards ramp. It feels like middle is okay for Astralis, but then again, if your device, okay, he has got the AWP, that was a worry for me. But no defuse gets here for Astralis, which means, oh gosh, that's a good idea here from Heroic. As if the bomb goes down towards the A site here, Hugo, a retake's going to be far more difficult, sorry, now that they lack the defuse kit.
Yeah,
oh, actually, they're going to go back from ramp.
Okay, so early smokes thrown, early utility thrown, but nothing really comes of it. They keep the player up in the palace. That's Modi. Boost up for Astralis, trying something new. I like it. Why not? The thing is that smoke's going to fade long before Heroic decides to commit, so they have to fall off the top of this boost, unless Simpnik stays around the corner with his teammate covered by the edge. Certainly possible, just not a good idea, because you could be split from underpass, and when you only have 2 towards mid, it's a dangerous setup.
Oh, of course, and especially when those 2 players are usually the only players towards B, so instantly you'd expect the B side to be clear. Smart play from Heroic, actually. You see, they always had the execution towards the A site as their end goal in mind, but they waited out the Molotovs, the 2 monies thrown from Astralis. They know now that Astralis are going to be lacking the utility. Look at what they have. They have a smoke grenade towards ramp, fair enough, but apart from that, flashbangs, AWP, and this AWP should be rendered useless versus the utility as well being dished out by Heroic. Can Device still find a frag amongst the smoke and flashbangs?
Oh, he's not going to climb up. He's going to push through. This is ballsy, especially if no one covers the palace. And he does go down. Yugi finds the opener. Magic's dropped on top of the balcony as well. So already Astralis down 2 members. You said it yourself, Snods. No utility, no kit, no chance. Astralis have to hold onto their guns. Heroic have a 5th round on the board. And yeah, so far, 5 in a row now for Heroic. Max loss for Astralis. Buy will be fine next round if they can keep all 3 alive. But that's a small consolation because Astralis have given up the last 5 rounds in a row.
Seems like for Heroic, they finally found a little strat that's been working for them. The execution towards the A site.
I like that though. You know, they set up a throw in maybe some utility, as you say, force out mollies. Go back to mid because Astralis have been running very heavy mid setups, very aggressive mid setups from both Dupree. I mean, Device in the connector. Magis at one point pushed up. So Heroic make sure that Astralis aren't gaining control around the other parts of the map, making sure they stay honest, keep their control on the sites and the middle position. And then, yeah, Heroic just go back to basics on A, and Astralis are already out of utility. 2 entries and the round's over. Yeah,
I mean, all they did as well was throw, what, 1 flashbang, 1 smoke, and apart from that, they recalibrated back around towards a ramp, and they were ready for the A executions with the smokes. And obviously for Device, very difficult to have any impact there versus the utility. Obviously, when you think about textbook Counter-Strike, the AWP counters contact plays. Obviously, players walking together in a group, but also what counters the AWP? Utility. So, very hard for an impact from Device. Nevertheless, though, 5-7, 5 rounds in a row, as you said, so far on the T side from Heroic, and actually they're able to conjure up a few rounds going forward, but maybe it's going to extend as Modi exploits the gap of the smoke there from Magic's point.
Yeah, at least we have Glaive here to fight back, and he actually does do so. Modi continues to peek as the smoke fades, but he's getting taken down by Glaive. Snappy will follow up onto Device. So now they know the only A player is Glaive. They know exactly where he sits. Snappy's going to get naded to oblivion, and Zipnix has rotated through the connector as well. So now Astralis have not the best A defense at all because they've given up the site, but they have at least the members to contend with. All they need to do is slow down this push and wait for this wraparound, because look at Dupree.
Look at Dupree indeed. The problem is, though, Glaive has no flashbangs or any utility to grab the gaze of Heroic. They're going to be expecting a flank because look how quiet it is towards CT, jungle, and connector, and there it is. They're waiting for it, but do they expect Palace?
There's one player on the Tetris. He'll have the angle. Rabina not holding, but he flicks back. Doesn't matter. Dupree grabs a kill, sorry. Need to now find out where the other 2 players are remaining. Glaive's going to push up through ramp. Oh, sorry, to check ramp. Nico still sitting at the back of the site. The box that Dupree had so much effect on their CT side. He won't check it. Big mistake. Nico finds him. Glaive jumps up for the refrag, but the bomb plant's open, and Yugi has the orb. Definitely not what you want to fight against, especially not with no time. Yugi hits a shot, and Heroic 6 on the board. They are not stopping with this streak.
Astralis then, another pause coming out for themselves as we go into the penultimate round of the first half, round number 14. So, 6-7. Obviously, we saw a 7-round deficit for Heroic, and they managed to bring it back with a 6-round hot streak themselves. Only 1 round behind Astralis now. And imagine the upset as well if they go 2-0 versus Astralis. In terms of the Danish rivalry, it would be a rather hot topic.
Certainly. I mean, that's a big win as well. It's not like Astralis have even come into this season underperforming, you know? They're 5-1 up. They're looking very good. Split maps versus Mousesports, 2-0 versus LDLC, 2-0 versus, was it FaZe?
Astralis?
Yeah.
I believe so, on Train and Mirage, yeah. No?
I think they did.
I had it written down. Yes, yeah. It was Inferno and Train.
Inferno Train.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, so Astralis looking very, very good this season. And now for Heroic, not only to take off Nuke, which you can kind of throw under the rug for like, oh yeah, okay, Heroic have been doing the Nuke prep. You know, that's fair enough. They're a good team, of course. But on Mirage, this shouldn't be happening. You know, Heroic shouldn't take this map on paper, so that'd be a great win if they did. Yugi wants to do it though. He's already found the first opener and the second. This man is carrying on from the first map to the second. Dupree jumps as he hits his squirrel wheel. Nico will punish him. And 2 players left for Astralis as they have to rotate back into the B-bomb site, or do they?
No, they have to save here. You have 2 guns here. Maximum round loss bonus as well, so you can also drop over 2 extra additional weapons. For Astralis, you could be seeing, you know, Zipnix, Dupree having 2 extra rifles. Maybe a device on a scout or UMP playing towards connector close range. But apart from this, you should definitely save for Astralis.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. At this point, this is something that I question, right? Astralis are playing for exits here. I'd like to hear your input on this. Astralis are playing for exits here, right? We're at the point where there's 1 round left of the half after this. Even if they kill all 4 players, surely they know that Heroic can fully rebuy for last round of the half. My question is, why do teams, like in this situation, fight for exits when it makes no difference to the game other than giving you $300 extra money? The risk is you lose a gun and then you don't have money for the last round. Because Astralis, you know, they don't have money, but Heroic have so much.
Could just be habitual in the sense that it's just habit. That's all I can really think of. You know, when you are playing, you're not so focused on the economy and obviously the minimap, but the macro game. You're more so focused on the micro game in terms of yourself. But yeah, as I said before, you know, thinking about the last round they have a 7-round win streak, so they're gonna have X amount of cash they can buy even if I find these strikes. That doesn't go through your head. All that goes through your head is saving.
Well, Astralis, they're going to need this win here in the 8th round if they want to lead the half towards their T side. Have had a great T side so far, and look at this again. Already bombed down. Astralis 5-on-5 retake. Pretty common on a map like Mirage. But will they be able to get it done?
This is getting ridiculous like right now from Heroic. This could be 4-round wins off of ace smokes.
Pretty standard stuff. Astralis giving way too much control. Modi even going to catch Device up in the window. That flash blinds all 3 players in CT spawn. That is perfect for Snappy. Just adds 2 or 3 seconds that Heroic don't have to worry about anyone pushing in. Rubino catches the cross. Yugi still posted with the AWP. Bomb not even smoked. There's still a massive gap. And while Zipnix will catch one, the time is too low, Snods. This round looks to be over. They can't jump on the bomb. Surely not. Rubino finds 3 kills. And Heroic, they find 8 rounds. What a fantastic half.
Yeah, stellar. I mean, coming back 8 rounds, 1 in a row as well. We saw a 7-0 lead for Astralis, and all they did was they called smokes towards A 4 times. It worked all 4 times, and think about this, right? They had the round where it was a 2 versus 4, which really sparked the rest of the continuation of rounds being won for Heroic. So they managed to get 1 on the board, and it seems like they found that 1 confidence round. And ever since then, it all went in their favor. So yeah, called the smokes towards A, worked 4 out of 4 times. And then he had the ecos as well for the other 4 rounds, pretty much. So you have 4 rounds won from A execute.
Yeah. 1
round won where it was that weird like Modi 2 versus 4. And then 3 ecos coming up from Astralis. So all in all, it all boils down to this A site hold from Astralis. Where was it?
So now my question going forward is, we expected the T side of Heroic to be the weakest start. Now that they've got 8 rounds on the half and then moving forward to CT, is this a win for them, or do you think Astralis will have this in the bag?
I don't know. It's really hard to call because the pistol round for me is pivotal for Heroic if they want the chance of the 2-0 here. What is it? So 11-7 scoreline if they win that one. Plus they're going to have the monetary advantage as well going forward versus the likes of Astralis. They can apply that pressure mentally of If we win this round, they're 4-0 up, they're forced out another quasi-buy, potentially, 13-7 could be the scoreline if they win their second up pistol.
Well, it's all to play for here. I really don't know where it's going. Astralis did look weak on those A sides, as you said, and to be honest, on the T side, where I expect them to do well in terms of executes, Heroic, they're just looking so good as a team, flashing for each other, playing great double takes. And while Astralis had a few cool things they showed in middle on the CT side,
basically just device.
Yeah, that was it, right? It was just a couple of mid setups where they get aggressive, get a pick, but then Heroic just counter it by, you say, just doing the A smokes, and Astralis just don't seem to be able to respond to that. Obviously not to take that away from Heroic and go, oh, they had a bad half, it was just Astralis playing bad. They played excellently. They hit their shots, they had great defaults, nothing too intricate, but it worked, right?
Oh, I mean, you can look at the scoreline and see it worked. I mean, winning 8 in a row as well. Usually, this is the thing that's so uncharacteristic of Astralis, to lose 8 in a row. When you think of, streaky teams where they can win 5 in a row, lose 5 in a row, for Astralis, they're a very consistent team, very good at grinding rounds back. They always have their go-to strats where they're going to get those 1 or 2 rounds as a bare minimum. It's so rare to see them get blown out like that.
Well, I guess they were consistent, just consistently losing rounds at least. Now let's see if they can win some on the T side. Utility on device, but only flashbangs as he drops a P250 to Dupree. Snappy, Kit, Smoke, Triple B, Yugi playing contact in the window, and Astralis, they're going back to my matchmaking games.
B contact with the flashbangs.
Yeah, but what can Rubino do? Flash over, doesn't blind him, he peeks, but they're all jumping. You can't hit headshots at that range. Nico, he's going to have to defend from short because this player's getting overwhelmed. Rubino somehow gets 2 kills in all that madness. And with the bomb dropped and 3 players on the B site, Heroic have the perfect read and the perfect kills. Glaive, almost going to get killed through the body of Yugi, but it seems like it's under control right now for Heroic. Just Glaive left, and on 1v2, he had a great map yesterday, at least, or a great couple of maps, but can he show up again today? Already on 3. Going to need the ace to win this, but with the bomb in the open, he's not got a lot of options. Ooh. No way. Modi dead. Nico coming up through short. Glaive has no idea where he is. That's a big, at least, win in the favor of Nico, but if he keeps pushing, Glaive's just going to hold on to this angle. He's got 50 seconds, so no reason to keep rushing on the T side. Wait until Nico overextends. Exactly what he's looking for. He does, but Nico gets it. No ace for Glaive, no pistol for Astralis. Heroic are on the board.
So close. One shot there from the Glock would have taken Nico down. Well, 9-7. Astralis not getting the bomb plant down. You can see Glaive instantly investing into the AK after finding 4 frags with the Glock. Drops it right over to Dupree.
I mean, Glaive's top frag. Glaive's on 19 kills. So I feel like, obviously he can't have the AK because he won't be able to buy up armor, but, I think he'd want the AK right now over everyone.
Maybe. Glaive's quite an unselfish in-game leader as well. He wants to always heighten his skilled and star players, which is always great to see. Yugi basically trying to diminish any chance of that.
He was so good on Nuke with that scout as well. He's showing up again here. 2 kills. This mid-play from Astralis has been pretty much shut down. Nico jumps up, but he won't get taken down. Xyp9x can't punish him, even though expecting the angle as well. Very rare you see a player expect that angle, that boost. But it won't work out. Xyp9x is dropped by the scout. Surprise there. Modi should be able to finish Device off. They've swapped positions. Device in the site. Modi coming up through ramp. Nade will force him into the open. Device takes a kill. Reload needed. And with 10 HP, just a wallbang will finish off this round. I'm sure Heroic will be able to hit that if Device gives away his position once again. There it is. The jump. That clarifies if they weren't sure. Nico's done it.
Double digits now for Heroic as we go into round number 18. We might be seeing more of an advantage as well. Already at a 3-round deficit is Astralis, but now onto the full eco should be 11-7 for Heroic. And also with these MP9s, I was going to say FAMASs then, MP9s, SMGs, UMPs, MP9s, whatever you want to call it, they're going to be able to stack up cash efficiently here versus the full eco. Have 4 or 5 staying alive. Save yourself having to invest into the rebuy. Rebuying Kevlar, rebuying your rifle, rebuying your utility. Save as much cash as possible. I'll tell you what, bang for buck, that grenade definitely delivered. Yeah, and the Molotov will as well. They have to run through it, surely. Magis will try, no one else will. In fact, everyone's going to die. Someone ran through it later, that's Device, and he's also going to get mopped up by the MP9. 2 more players trying to come out of the palace, but good luck here. Modi has the M4. Both kills for him. Glaive now last up, and yeah, good luck with this one, buddy. Can he find that one frag onto Rubino, though? That would be one question. Interesting as well to see how the CT setup has changed for Heroic. I think in terms of roles, this is where maybe having Rubino makes sense, as I said before, in terms of roles, having Rubino play these sort of positions such as be apartments on your CT side, maybe ramp as well. We saw Muddy playing ramp on Nuke as well, but I mean, in theory, right? Playing those lesser, you know, popular positions where you just have to basically, you know, bite the dirt, play passive, play reserve, get your information, but you're not really going to be the, you know, focal point of all action. Anyway, though, round number 19. 1 UMP for Glaive. Obviously, he went for the full investment with the AK. The smoke was not blocked there by Dupree, so they're going to get a bit wary and fall back, but right into the gaze of Yugi.
Yeah, and with Yugi getting aggressive, it takes her attention off of apartments. Smoke down, Rubino push. Of course, they're going to expect this, and he knows it by spraying through. Re-smoke, just slow down this B push. And the thing is, even if Rubino doesn't commit with this position, now Astralis are going to be scared of B apps. Snappy, in fact, he's wrapped all the way around A, so they're not going to be ready for this at all. Glaive getting damaged, but Snappy can't close the kill. Not ready with the UMP. Dupree finds that entry frag, and now Astralis have been given a free rotation frag, so they can push this A bomb site.
Seems like Heroic was so, well, just expecting that. Astralis were going to commit towards the B bomb site. An overstatement, potentially from Snappy towards ramp, gives up all presence now towards A. Modi getting in close towards ramp. You have Nico with that AK coming in towards connector as well. Rubino leaving this B bomb site completely bare. But it would be the right call right now as the bomber to Glaive is outside the A ramp position. You have 2 players now potentially from Magic's Boy and Device 2. Maybe smoke towards B, they go underpass, maybe try to sell a bit of a fake, but look at how close Heroic are towards this A site. There's no way they expect 3.
The issue is if Astralis put their B players in first, then they'll have the info, and I think they're going to do that as well. This is a risky move for Heroic. Astralis don't commit. This is perfect now for the CT side. Modi going to catch one. Trade coming in, but Nico surprising on the site. The bomb dropped and 15 seconds left. That's the round over, Snods. Just have to stay alive.
Seconds. They can't win anymore. They have to save.
Astralis aren't even going to try and fight that back. That's a big shock to me. You'd think Astralis would try and run into A and catch Heroic off guard, because surely Heroic, you can see how Molly approached ramp there. He was expecting to Astralis to have more players up through ramp. So I think Astralis actually mind-gamed themselves, thinking, oh, you know, Heroic know what we're doing. When Heroic were actually still in the open on the A site, meaning they could have died from connect.
Oh, they were exposed, yeah. Well, I mean, we said in the halftime break, you know, what happens if Heroic wins the pistol and the first buy round? And we're starting to witness that result. Force buy coming out from Astralis. They know that only 2 players survive for Heroic. They're expecting a weak economy now into round number 20 from the CT side. But could it be an overstatement? Have they been bitten off, more than they can chew, as it's going to be the triple AK buy. CZ for Zipnix. They might be seeing if they can bait him with that CZ. Try to get the trade frag onto the AK. Good little as well for Dupree, but look at the grenades here. There's 1 minute 30 left on the clock here, Hugo. 2 smokes and 2 flashes and 1 Molotov. I mean, unless they find these frags at the start of the taker towards these sites, this could be a 13th round for Heroic and sending Astralis onto an eco. Yeah, and a 13th, I mean, this is a ridiculous half, right? Astralis haven't found a round since the 7th of the game, you know? This has been all Heroic. Oh my god, you're right as well. Yeah,
12 rounds in a row. 8 rounds in a row on CT, and then, yeah, 4 on this side. So that is 12 sounds. Great maths.
I like to say quick maths.
Quick maths. Let's see if they can find a little bit more. Time is ticking away from Astralis. Maybe looking towards B, but Glaive won't be entering up towards B with the bomb in his hand, so maybe catching out Nico. He spots it, but he has to jump, and that gives away the information. Nico going to get the kill. Even if he's traded here, that's so worth it. He was completely alone in that position. He shouldn't have got one. Glaive should have had the drop. Jumping was not the answer to that problem. And Snappy now going to follow up with his own frag, but it's traded again. Actually in the favour now of Astralis. 30 seconds left. Yugi with the AWP up in the CT spawn, but he actually doesn't realise Matches is there. He shows his gun and then runs away, making footsteps. Now Astralis know he's coming from CT spawn, so his device is posted, ready and waiting. Yugi surely doesn't expect this angle. I know he's good at flicking, but that's too much for asking. Magic's going to finish off the round as well. Astralis finally, as we say it, get their first round on the board in a while. But Heroic still have money and just slowing down the momentum. Heroic looking for that reset, calling in the pause.
Well, it took them 12 rounds to get one. And if they came all this way just to be reset at this point, wouldn't be leaving them with the highest morale going forward. Pause coming out from Heroic, which means how are they going to try and tackle the task that is resetting Astralis and basically set them back down onto pistols, getting 13, then obviously versus a weak force by 14, and they could be solidifying themselves a 2-0 here if that does come to fruition. But yeah, I mean, right now from Heroic, why have you lost that round in, you know, reculation? No, what's the word I'm looking for?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Tip of the tongue.
gosh.
Move on.
Yeah, quick. Round number 21, 12 to 8, 4 round advantage here for Heroic nevertheless. UMP coming from Snappy, but he has, taken the hit in terms of firepower, so he can afford to invest into the defuse kit. Molotov as well, deep towards B apartments to deny Astralis early B control. Spray nearly connecting, but right now from Astralis, it seems that they sense weakness, a crack, a crevice, something to exploit towards this B bomb site, and Rubino might get tested. Let's see if he's worth this new addition.
Smoke's over. Rubino with a big roll, no more utility on him, so shots have to be hit. Dupree bursting out. They don't check car, so actually Rubino lets them all pass. He's mollied out, but they still haven't seen him. They have no idea. He moves to the open, but he shoots the wrong person. Zipnik's looking away. Sorry, Zipnik's getting the kills. The other player looking away. Yugi jumps into the smoke with a no-scope, and he falls back as well. Bomb dropped, but it's still not around in the way of Heroic, because Astralis have the man advantage, and the plant can come through. Snappy is only just coming in through the spawn as well. And look how aggressive Glaive is. He's trying to wrap up short. Snappy gets a free frag. AK dropped, but he's got to waste valuable seconds to go pick that up. I think Heroic are going to save this. Yeah, it seems to be the case.
I think they have cash as well onto a few players, so if they do save, they can drop over some weapons. Although they can't. They're going to get the 1900 round loss bonus after losing 2 in a row. So what's that? 2.6k there for Snappy. So he can drop over a FAMAS. So they could have a, FAMAS, chip or rifle buy, and maybe a CZ UMP onto Nico or Rubino potentially. And we know that Rubino playing towards B apartments might favor having the UMP at close range with the additional utility buy in terms of the Molotov, the smoke. I've already seen that he likes to use utility to gain map control towards B. Oh, 2 in a row now for Astralis. Is the paranoia starting to set in now for Heroic?
Yeah, scary stuff, right? After not only having a great first half, but also a flawless start to the second with the 4 rounds in a row. Even the first buy as well, which is a shame, because now Astralis are back in the driving seat, to be honest, I'd say, in terms of controlling momentum. Yes, Heroic have the rounds to fall back on, but they don't have the money. I mean, this is a FAMAS, an MP9, utility is This isn't great for Heroic right now. Astralis have a really good opportunity to pull the comeback. A team known for doing so as well. Heroic. 3-man A setup, 1 player towards short, giving up mid in the way of Astralis. They do have the op to contest it, but Yugi, he's instead sat up in the B apps, a reliable player, of course.
Wow. Round number 22. 3 players towards middle here, 2 players coming back in towards B apartments as well. Looks like we're going to be seeing a B split coming out from Astralis. Yugi with a well-positioned AWP as well. The issue is, though, how strong is that op going to be if we see underhand flashes from Astralis towards B apps? Or in fact, if at all we see Astralis go towards B.
Dupree's just run out of a ramp and ran out of a connector and got the player under balcony. Doesn't realize there's a second one there. Nico does actually respond, so that gives away his position, but it also keeps the man advantage intact. Orb shot missed from Device and Yugi, so both big misses. That could have really changed the dynamic of this round. Now, Nico repositioning, cleverly so, going to walk towards the back of the box as a Snappy catches a kill. Climbing up, they will spot Nico in that spot, but still they have a man advantage on the Heroic's favor. Modi can just fall back. Not sure what Snappy's doing, gets caught on the cross by Maj, is trying to make his way to the site, because Yugi was already posted on the angle. There's no reason for Snappy to be crossing, and Yugi catches his frag, meaning Magisk has a big job ahead of him. Latest addition to Astralis, 1v2, Yugi coming up through the connector, Modi sitting in the spawn, fake plant, doesn't realize it, doesn't matter, takes it anyway. Heroic back on the board.
I love how you can see the discipline, the discipline there from Yugi. He gets the first frag, you can see instinctively he wants to go for that re-peek, and he switches the angle up, goes towards connector, so obviously great to see the discipline there. For Heroic as well, their CT side was never the thing that was in question, it was always about what is their T side going to shape up to be, and winning 8 rounds in a row, give themselves the lifeline coming into the second half. They carried forward the momentum that they brought from the first half by claiming the second half pistol on their CT side. They gained extra ground as well ahead of this by claiming the first buy round. In addition, they saw that 12-7 advantage. Astralis claw back 2-round victories, but Heroic take the pause. They reconfigured themselves in their CT side defense, and then suddenly 13-9. What cash has Astralis got left? Because if they're out of money here, and we see an eco, 14-9 with how strong Heroic have been so far in the latter portions of this match here. This could be a 2-0 here for Danes with the upset, but it will be the force buy coming out from Astralis, and this is worrying signs now. A weak, actually not as weak as I thought. Some utility, but mostly just flashbangs. And apart from that, one smoke still into the inventory of Dupree. So as soon as the smoke fades towards window and towards short, what on earth are Astralis going to have left here in terms of options as to where they can eventually commit themselves?
Well, no brakes on the Dane train. They've ran straight through connector, or underpass to connector, not committed to that angle. Glaive's going to be boosted up, so he can spot short and the window room, but there's no one in there. Instead, they have ladder and more passive on this B play. Rubino up in the ladder room. We've seen him here before. Actually, it was Nico a few rounds ago where Glaive missed with the jump. So Glaive actually can't spot Rubino from this position, but with the vent actually broken, it makes him question it. So I think Astralis are at least aware of the potential that Rubino could be here, and that in fact the likelihood with this being such a passive mid setup, maybe having an idea to how Heroic are playing this round, it could give them a bit of an assistance. So they look to take A. Snappy holds an off angle towards connector, ready and waiting. Dupree going to be throwing in a smoke. Snappy, big jump ahead of him. He's blind. He's forced back off the angle. Glaive's going to be low as well, but Dupree's already found himself up towards triple box. Modi can't hit the shot. Snappy certainly can. Nico, he's got to rotate in quickly as Glaive's already taken down his teammate, but Nico has a response for that frag. It's a 3-on-3 now. Astralis, no utility left for the post plant. Heroic, everything in their favor for this retake.
Let's take a look at the after plant positions.
Oh, yes.
Zipnik's Palace. Device with the AK towards ramp, but Magic's boy making the hero call to go all the way back round on the flank. The bomb's planted for him. Can he deliver when he needs to?
Oh, Zipnik certainly does. It's a 1-for-1 when he only had a CZ in his hand. Device going to pull it back. Yugi needs a big kill. There it is. No scope to Device, and he even expects Magist on the flank. He doesn't realize he's down the stairs, so instead of behind the wall. And that'll be Astralis picking it up. Big flank from Magist and a big round from him as well. Heroic, try as they might, they won't be able to pull the retake, and now, in fact, Snods, they've been reset.
The bomb wasn't even planted for short or connector. Instead, Magic Splice to make his way up towards connector. Yugi expecting the flank to come in from behind. Great, spatial awareness, yeah. But unfortunately, Magic Splice wasn't cowering behind the right side of connector, instead towards the headshot angle of stairs. Obviously, with his USP out, Magic Splice took that frag. So 10 now for Astralis, double digits, but this is rather unexpected when you consider the fact that Astralis was 7-0 up on their CT side of Mirage, leaving us rather bemused.
Very much so. And with that reset coming in from Astralis, this is the best opportunity they've had to close out the game. It seems surprising, I would say, that when they're 6 rounds behind, but Heroic, I mean, they've if you actually look at these CT rounds they've won, and you think about it, right? They won the pistol, yeah, great, okay. 2 anti-ecos, 1 buy round where Astralis didn't have the best of buys or an AWP, and then Heroic won an anti-eco, and then 1 buy round. So they've actually only won 1 fair buy round this entire half.
Exactly, right? The pistol round victory plus all the ecos as well coming out from Astralis might be leaving the scoreboard maybe, not the most true sign of
Doesn't
actually
tell the whole story.
Yeah, exactly, how close this game has really been. But spam through the smoke from Yugi, expects to play towards B, and he's not wrong.
Oh, Snappy catches the angle. No way he gets 2, runs out of ammo, but he does the damage to Glaive. He's down on 9 HP. He needs to be finished off as well. Just take a member out of this fight, so you know at least Astralis don't have all 5 of their players alive, but there's only 4 right now. Rubino can't catch the kill. He gets overwhelmed by Zipnix, and Modi now on the long flank. It's just about damage here, Snods. This round's over. Astralis have won it. But maybe he can catch a kill or 2. Probably not with Device posted. Oh, shot connects. Yeah, so does the second. Not the scout, but Device makes it work.
2 rounds now separating these 2 teams, and it might get even shorter, the distance between Astralis and Heroic, as Heroic have to weigh up the odds now. Do you save again? I believe they do. Yeah, 1 flashbang for Yugi. It might be used towards, connector if you have 3 players con, 1 window, you flash over. Wide face towards mid, try and catch 1 or 2 players off guard for Astralis, but apart from that, this should be the 12th now for Astralis.
Yeah, Nico having a great game as well. 25 kills this map so far, Yugi just sitting behind him. So nice to see a good performance from Nico as well. He was a little quieter than Yugi on Nuke, but now he's really showing what he's made of on Mirage. Astralis contact play outside of the A ramp, Zipnix and Dupree, the tag team duo, but there's 5 players here on the CT side. How much damage will the CT side get, if any, to be honest, against these AKs? Line up spray for Dupree. Zipnix not going for the peak. Not very confident in the fight. Instead, Device just runs through the CZ75 and they'll be able to clean it up. But still, only 1 death. Pretty happy anti-eco for Astralis. Not going to worry about that. Now Heroic back in with a buy.
Round number 26. 12-13, Heroic winning 12 rounds in a row. It seems like maybe they run out of steam though, as Astralis have maybe found their number. Let's take a look into the buy though. 4 rifles coming out from Heroic and 1 up as well. This is the best buy they've had in recent memory. Molotov coming out from Yugi, trying to see if he can cause the window smoke to fail, and he has, so great. Preemptive play there with the Molotov to deny the window smoke, but unfortunately, all he can get out of that is information. But what are they going to do with this information? You can see instantly Snappy leaves connector and goes towards default of A, expecting A execution, which is great play to come out. And as well, Nico leaves B short and comes in towards the B bomb site. He's just going to be a magic spot. He's selling a fake, and I think he's done magic. Only body alone towards A, finds one.
Yeah, that's a big kill as well, because now they know the A player is going to be the real push. Flashbang blinds Glaive, but the shot will still connect. Yugi responds, and Snappy from the CT spawn, he's got to get at least one. Magic's just trying to flank out onto B with the bomb, but it just won't work out. Rubino gets rid of the issue. Sorry, he didn't have the bomb, he switched to a nade. I thought the bomb was coming out A ramp. It's now just on device in a 1v3. He's found 1 kill, but this is a big clutch needed from him to try and tie up the score 13-13. Player up on the stairs, he knows it, not going to hit the shot though. Nico finishing it off for Heroic.
Nevertheless, though, for Astralis, winning 5 rounds on the trot, they still are going to have, what, $7,000 onto a few of their players, so money isn't going to be the deterring factor here between these two teams. It is going to come down to the full buy round, which is what we like to see, you know. It's always maybe anticlimactic when the game's so close and it's an eco separating these two teams and suddenly match points given because of pistols. Instead, Heroic have to fight for every single round they have to gain. And we saw as well, the preemptive Molotov towards window gives all the information away. Yugi sees no one towards top mid, which means Astralis have to be either split or, leaned towards A or B, setting up for smokes towards the A side, or ready for a B contact play. And with all the information, it basically allows Heroic to have perfect rotations. Now then, minute 15 on the clock. Bomb still in towards T-spawn, so it is split control coming out from Astralis. But a great flashbang in towards CPL. But do they expect Nico's peak?
Yeah, 2 players here on short. This could really catch off Astralis. Glaive not even ready. Nico gets a free kill. Doesn't want to overextend. Flashbang out, fall back, give it to Astralis. You don't need mid at this point. You've got the man advantage. Just takes a huge weight off the shoulders of Heroic. They'll push in different avenues of the map. That's Snappy taking down Magis in lower mid. Heroic just pushed up on 2 portions of the map and got 2 kills. A 5-on-3 ensues, but it is traded back by both Device and Dupree, so it's not over just yet. Modi hiding at the back of A site, but Dupree's already played this position a lot, so they might expect this angle. Dupree, talking of him, takes down Nico. Device climbing up the top. Modi going to spot it. He sees a second player going under as well. Zipnik's going to get taken down from CT spawn. Great cohesion here from Heroic. Rubino doing the work as well. And now it's just going to be a 1v2. Dupree, 4 HP, but he gets the first.
Here we have it then. 1 bullet will take down Dupree. Bomb is planted towards default. Defuse kit for Rubino so he can be so clinical, and he can be composed as he approaches that one. Really going to be spamming out the
I'm sure it's all banter. I'm sure it's all banter. Rubino played for this team just a few months prior, so...
Oh, of course. I forgot about that. Obviously, ECS, yeah. All still mates. All still.
You hope, right? 15-12 to Heroic, and a big upset victory about to potentially happen if they can take this one more round. Astralis' money is pretty weak. They're going to call in a pause. Look at this. Glaive's fine. Magis, Device, Zipniks, no they're not. Dupree has 4k exactly, and he only just can buy up. Jesus. What do you do here for your Astralis nods? No,
wow.
Unpause?
Oh, they've unpaused straight away, wow.
Yeah, maybe technical, maybe just a mic problem. Are they going to buy? There we go. Ooh.
No head armor there for Device, so maybe in fast A ramp or something. They've only got 2 sets of nades.
4 smokes though. Deep smokes in middle. That's just early though. They set up towards.
Oh, it's actually going to be fast ramp.
Yeah.
The smoke will slow them down as they wait for the teammates to come in towards Palace, trying to see if they can find a little gap in the smoke. Any sort of advantage they can find, they'll grab onto.
They're just waiting on Glaive to try and open things up. Get a pick in mid, that'd be lovely, but Device is already dead up ramp. Push up, great shot from Dupree. Lovely entry as always as Yugi tries to hold the cross. He won't get the shot blind through the smoke. Instead, they can take the bomb to the plant. Yugi still needs to worry about this connector with Glaive already having a kill. He's going to check the corner. Glaive, nice try, I'll give it to you, but it's not going to work out. Yugi one step ahead. Now 2v3, sorry, 2v2, trying to get back into the site. Rubino, flash from CT, trying to help Yugi at least get through the connector, but to be honest, the onus is on Rubino here to open things up. You can't leave the pressure on the AWP. Yugi trying to catch the angle, they're trying to take the fight, and oh no, how does that happen? Xignix gets both kills, 3 HP, and he keeps it alive for Astralis. That shouldn't be happening. Massive whiff shots from Heroic.
Oh no, look at the money as well, Hugo.
Uh-oh.
It's going to have to be an eco here for Heroic, and they're going to have
OT?
Yeah, definitely. It seems like FAMASs, maybe UMPs. And why are you buying a P250?
I never get that.
Just have the best possible buy in terms of the last round. What's the chance they win this round? Yes, I understand Nico's on 27 frags, but...
Yeah, and Yugi bought a deal. That may have... What loss bonus are they on? That was the first for Astralis. So it won't make a difference in terms of them buying the AWP.
They can't buy it.
Yeah, it would.
Anyway.
He could have bought a glass cannon, but I mean, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Maybe he doesn't want a glass cannon, or fair enough. Either way, this, yeah, as you say, PT50 wasted. Now that's going to be gone. Eagle will find probably nothing here. This is shut down anti-eco. Astralis know what they're up against. They're not going to throw away these guns. Yugi catches one. If he saves the AK, it's worth it, but I doubt Astralis want to let that happen. Imagine certainly won't. So 14 rounds for Astralis. OT on the cards here. And Heroic have had every chance to close out this game, but look at their money here. Now, they've lost that opportunity. They've got to get a crazy upset force-buy win with $3,000.
Well, exciting times here as we may be seeing overtime between the two Danish rivalries. 14 to 15.
And the crazy... Sorry, cut you off. I was going to say, the crazy part is, that you say Danish rivalries, but that's usually Astralis North, not Astralis Heroic. This is a big story.
Especially with Kiabi obviously taking the dip out of the active roster for Astralis. Leaving them with Matchday. That's quite a harsh way of saying it, leaving them with Matchday. But
I don't know, I'd take an upgrade in my opinion. But
from Kiabi, I don't know about roles.
No.
Individually, potentially, but you could argue, just in terms of roles, you can see for Matchday, he likes to play more of that Lurkiv style.
Yeah. Is
he going to find that here with Glaive? I'm not sure.
Well, plenty of matches in the ESL Pro League here on Facebook to find out. But Heroic, they force together what they can. 3 rifles, 2 SMGs, but 2 of those rifles I wouldn't even call rifles, it's FAMAS. The P shooter, with limited utility as well, and no kits on the CT side. Big mistakes made as Astralis have been pretty good at getting this bomb down on the A bomb site, mainly so. Dupree going to look to do that again. He's already taken connector control. Heroic without too much information after being smoked out of both mid and connector.
Yeah, bomb still towards B apartments. You have Xignix there towards A ramp. He sends out one smoke, just trying to see if he can spot any aggression. We've already seen Snappy likes to push towards A ramp, but really it's all coming down to B. First frag found by Snappy.
Yeah, and bomb spotted as well. He needs to take that AK quickly because he's getting pushed from Xignix. Oh no, he goes down. That's the B given up. Heroic have to play a 3-on-5 retake, 3-on-4 retake, sorry. Monty can line 2 up, and he does. Those are so important. Heroic, a round and a game potentially lost, has now been thrown back into the question. Monty has made this happen, and even though he is low, Heroic are going to attempt this retake with the best of their ability. Device pushed up through short. He's going to clear it. Surely he'll commit. No, he switches weapon, and Rubino grabs a free frag. Xignix now needs a 1-on-3 on the B bomb site. If the Astralis want to bring this to OT, or Heroic are taking the map 16-14, they clear everywhere but him. Xignix staying alive. They're on the bomb already. Where is Xignix in all of this madness? What is he even doing? He's sitting and no one spots him, but finally Yugi gets the kill. And Heroic take it out. A nice attempt from Xignix. He stays quiet. He doesn't shoot Modi on the van, but he needed a little bit more than that to take the victory. It is going to be Heroic taking it 16-14. What a round.
Wow, I mean, who could have predicted a 2-0 here for Heroic? I mean,
crazy.
Crazy is probably the best word to describe this. I mean, unpredictable, unexpected. We thought that Astralis should be fairly assertive in this one, especially when we look at the examples we've seen so far in Pro League, right? Astralis are 5-1. Only loss they've had so far was Mousesports and Mirage. You know, fair enough, you can make the argument. Mirage being in the map pool here versus Heroic. There's a chance for an upset purely because it's the only map they've lost so far. But even then, you look at these two teams on paper, recent performances, experience, whatever, you know, margin of example you want to use, Astralis should be clean sweeping this 1-2-0 every single time.
Yeah, well, now this is asked, you know, this presents a question for me is, do Astralis continue to lose games where they should be winning, or do Heroic continue to win games on paper they should be losing? Because Heroic looked great today. They looked good as a team. There was some nice individual showings from especially Yugi and Nico in those 2 maps. Obviously, Nico showed up here. Yugi showed up on Nuke more so. You know, if Heroic carry on like this with this new roster, with Rubino, maybe we can see something incredible. I mean, that just saved it. Without that double frag from Body, the game's over. Or not over, but we're into OT, and then it's anyone's game.
Oh, precisely. Imagine how back and forth it's been as well.
Yeah.
7-0 for Astralis, then what, 12-round 12-round hot streak for Heroic, and then Astralis managed to find some form later on in the half, bringing it back slowly but surely, but still unable to actually get to that 15-15.
Yeah, I'm just very impressed. And moving forward now, I can't wait to see what Heroic are going to show me, you know, and if Astralis can keep himself at the top of the board, because that has certainly changed the standings. But the next game's not. That's what we're waiting for. The big game of the night, I would say, it's NiP versus Space Soldiers.
Obviously, a Go versus FaZe Clan, pretty one-sided as expected. This matchup here in terms of the rivalry, the interest of the Danes go back and forth, you know, great game. But in terms of, like,
questions,
I wouldn't say questions. In terms of equal on the agenda right now, you could argue Space Soldiers, NIP making the new roster shuffle as well. This is the game which we would expect to be a 1-1 potentially and really give us some competitive close matches.
Yeah, definitely, and that'll be up next. So train between Space Soldiers and then Ninjas in Pajamas. Be right back after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Betway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Incendiary out.